This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so here let me start this. Thanks for joining this SAP REFx demo session. Okay, and here I'm going to explain the real estate life cycle management. Okay, so first of all, let us understand what is the real estate life cycle and what is the real estate business in India and apart from India, how real estate business works. Okay, and then we'll understand the business process in SAP REFx. So when we are understanding the complete solution from the real estate perspective, real estate life cycle perspective, it is different. And when we are only talking about SAP REFX, that is different. Okay. Then we'll discuss some available reporting and dashboard. Before that, I'll just go through with some of master data to just understand what master data is available and some business transactions I'll explain. So my main purpose is to just include that content so that at least at initial level you can understand what is the real estate life cycle, and within that how REFX SAP REFX module is helping us to manage for this solution. Okay, then integration with other modules, just I'll give you some idea that what are the different modules to which SAP REFX is providing the functionality to integrate, and then I'll explain the course contents. Okay, so first of all, whenever we are talking about real estate, okay, so in India, real estate uh, basically it's including construction plus real estate. Okay, so here out of India, the real estate business means lease in and lease out. So let's say if you are landlord, you are having your own properties and you are leasing it out. So you need some system to manage your properties. Okay, so that is a lease out scenario. Another scenario, when I'm the company and to open one my office, I need some space or I need some property to open my store. In that case, I will contact to the landlord, and in that case I need to lease in. Okay, if you can see that many brands, okay, that anchor stores, they are expanding like anything. So they are not constructing, they are not buying the properties every places. They are having the approach, they are having their own business strategies where they are directly taking it from landlord on rent. So that is the lease in scenario. So these are the two typical scenario, lease in and lease out, where SAP is supporting. Or apart from that, you can say that SAP that the world is having this real estate business understanding. Okay, so there are two major scenarios, lease in and lease out. So if you go outside of India and if you are saying, okay, there's a real estate company, so this means these companies are working only majorly only in these two scenarios, lease in and lease out. Apart from that, some of companies, they are supporting for the facilities also. So they are having another business line, they are calling it as a facility management. Okay. But if you see in India, so when we are saying real estate means it is having everything. It is having starting from your idea generation, from your proposal, then you are doing that project of construction, and then once your property is ready, then company is selling it, and then company is leasing it out, and some company is leasing and again they are leasing out. So here combination of construction plus real estate, we call it as a real estate business in India. Okay, so whenever you see any company, let's say if you are taking example of DLF, or if you take example of Lodha or Hiranandani or Unitech, Godrej Properties, so all companies, what they are doing, they are constructing, and then after construction they are selling it, or meanwhile of the construction also they are selling it, and then whatever the properties they are having, okay, some properties they are leasing out. Okay, or in some cases they are leasing also, leasing scenarios. So it's a combination. So when you are understanding the complete business process of real estate life cycle management, it is started from your proposal submission or idea generation or initiatives. Okay, and then it is going further for realization of that initiative, idea or proposal. So that realization means you are doing that project execution. Okay, once your project is executed, your product is ready, your building is ready, after that you will start to sell, or same time also you can sell. So just take a scenario when you are selling it out, once your product is ready, once your property is ready, or some of property you are leasing out. Okay. So country wise, we are having some different regulations to control these sales also. In India, it is different. In Germany, it is different. In Middle East, UAE, it is different. Okay, some different parameters. Based on that, we are having sales scenario, we are having lease out scenarios and all. Okay. So here overall, when I'll start the batch, okay, real batch, I'll go in more detail to explain that how you can submit a proposal and how you can submit idea, and then how you are taking it forward for the proposal approval, and then how you are realizing that project. So this portion, starting from your proposal and proposal approval, and then further take it to the next to the project execution, that part come under the PPM, portfolio and project management, which is the part of EPPM solution. Okay, and once it is coming to the project side, okay, and that you are executing the complete project of construction, that comes within the project system. So here two modules are helping: portfolio and project management, and project system to manage the initial cycle of proposal submission till execution of the project. And once your product is ready, once your property is ready, then only REFX will come in the picture. Okay, so here REFX is typically having the scenario as per the standard definition of real estate business in the world. Okay, it is not as per the India. So sometimes some people are understanding that REFX is having everything. It is having proposal submission, it is having the project execution, everything is there, and it is providing the complete solution of construction plus real estate. So you need to be clear that it is having only real estate business solution, which is a lease in and lease out, and further accounting and integration with some modules. Clear? So
Yeah,
now coming to the real estate life cycle, let us go in more detail. So whenever we are starting any project, okay, just take one example of Indian real estate business. So here it is started with plan, investment, and monitor construction projects. So plan, when I'm saying plan investment, this means like we need to find out whether this project where we are going to do the investment, this is going to be successful for us or not as per the current scenario. So we are having different tools to calculate these provisions based on the KPIs in the PPM. Okay, and once it is finalize that yes, this project is aligned with my company objectives, my organization objectives, and we are going to execute it, then we will transfer it to PS project. So here PS will help us. Then it is going for the promote vacant space via campaign. So what happens once your project is ready? Okay, so you will have properties ready. Okay, so let's say if I'm taking example of Godrej Goods, Noida sector 43, so it is having, let's say, 7 towers, and each towers it's having like 10 floors, and each floor is having 4 apartments. Okay, so once your towers is ready, everything is ready, then you are going to promote it. Okay, so promote vacant space via campaigns. So here SRM will come in the picture, sorry, CRM will come in the picture. So here identification of leads. Okay, so whenever any leads you are getting, any inquiry you are getting, okay, here it is going to be maintained in the CRM system, and then you are finding the suitable units for them. Okay, so units you are finding based on your database which you have created here for these 7 towers, for individual floors, for individual apartments. So once you are finding any suitable apartments, then you are offering to them, offering to your prospective. So then prospective is visiting the site. Okay, they are checking everything. You are preparing one offer contract, okay, which is having like all the conditions and everything, but it is not final contract. And then you, both the parties, your builder and, or you can say real estate company and prospective, is ready to do this transaction, and then it will become your contract. Okay, so these steps like initial identification of lead and then finalization of initial contract and everything, you are going to do it based on the CRM or C4C if you are in a new system, integration with REFX, flexible real estate management. Okay, the next is a managed lease. So once your contract is ready, Once your contract is ready, then every month the tenant need to pay the amount based on the condition, which comes under the managing lease, including posting rent and escalations. So here, every month rent need to be paid to the landlord, okay, and then whatever escalations are there. Let's say if you are having any commercial space, okay, generally we are having this understanding in commercial space that it's a 9 years of lease, and every year 5% escalation will be there in the rent, or after every 3 years 15% escalation will be there in the rent. Okay, so this kind of postings will be done. Then we are having sale based rent and service charge settlement. Sale based rent means, like in some of scenarios, we are having rent based on the sales. Okay, for example, if you see these big anchor stores, okay, or you can see restaurants, many restaurants, even all the restaurants in all the airports and major big malls, they are following the same approach of sale based rent, where rent will be based on the sale of that particular store. Okay, for example, McD, KFC, all these are having the same approach. After COVID, landlord started to just keep one more component here, that is a minimum rent. So let's say I can say, if I'm the property owner, I'll say I will give my space on rent 190 or 200 rupees per square feet. Along with that, you need to pay 4% or 5% of your total profit. Okay, so this is also a way how you are calculating the rent. Then you are having service charge settlement. Okay, this approach or this process we are following when you are going to use any common facilities. Okay, so that time we are just posting the total charges, and it is going to be apportioned through service charge settlement process. Next is manage space, including moves and room reservation. So what happened here? Till here, you have just started proposal, execution of project, then you have promoted, okay, and then you have identified the leads, and then you have identified the prospective, and you have created the contract. Contract is executed every month, and escalation has happened. Property is being managed based on your service charge settlement, and then manage space including moves and rooms reservation. So another process steps we are having, where for that, if it is going to be breached because of any reason, then tenant will be moved out. Okay, there is another process of room reservation. Okay, now this is going to be obsolete soon, so this process will not include further. However, this is one process where you can reserve a meeting room, okay, or any space, any desk space. Handle work order for maintenance and repair. Okay, so here this is the scenario where facility management coming in the picture. Okay, for example, if you are having any property, and tenants are staying there, and you are having some system where, and let's say if it is fully furnished, for example, I'll just take a typical example of service apartment. So service apartment where landlord is responsible to provide all the fully furnished apartment, and if any issues there, then you can directly call to their call center that this particular appliance, let's say TV, is not working. In that case, it will take into the facility management maintenance team, and these people will come, and then they will check, okay, everything is fine, or they will rectify this issue. So whatever cost is there, that will be incurred on that particular object. So that is two approaches there. If it is a huge amount, then it will be added as a asset value, and if it is only expenses, then it will be settled to the expense amount, expense account. So here we are having the approach to handling the maintenance also. So this is a scenario where your PM will come in the picture, plant maintenance. Okay, so it is starting from your initiation to closure, and then facility management. So we are having major these four phases in real estate life cycle management. Okay, where first is acquire, or you can say it is the initial stage where proposal is coming in the picture for this investment, and then further it is going for construction. So here I have taken another view. For example, if you are acquiring the property, okay, you are not creating proposal and all, it is already been done, and then you are going to acquire, you are going to buy this property. So identify asset for acquisition, evaluating the investment and alternatives, raising the finance, negotiating the purchase, and transferring ownership. So this is the first step when you are buying any property. Okay, so let's say if you are an investor, you are a landlord, so in that case you are buying some property for lease out. And the next stage, obtaining permits to lease out, planning the construction project, executing the construction project. So let's say if any modification needed in this case. Okay, for example, if you take this scenario individually, so if you are doing something like that, first you are buying one shop, okay, and then this shop you are doing some initial setup, okay, for example interior and all, so that you can consider an internal project. Executing the construction project, managing subcontractors, and then managing the construction and financing. Then it is going to be operate, so generating and managing tenant leads, then managing the tenant applications to lease process, and then service tenant acquire of maintenance, improvement, and enjoyment. So whatever the steps I have explained in my previous slide, the same thing we are going to follow here in the operate. And last is divest. Okay, divest is basically it's just dismantling, or you can say you are selling the property. So here preparing the asset for sale, negotiating the sales term, and transferring ownership to the new owner. Uh, this particular slide is aligned with my first slide, okay, where investment and construction. So first is investment and construction provides the availability to collect all investment idea, overall steps, and decision criteria. Okay, top on PPM there is one more module called innovation management. If it is a cloud solution, there is one more module, innovation management, where idea can be submitted and that idea will go for the voting. If this is selected, then it is going for proposal creation in PPM, and then once PPM proposal, which is my initiative, is approved, then it is going to project conversion, which is item in PPM, and then further it will go to the project system. Okay, and then this project will be executed, construction project. So here we create project and track budgets, milestone, deliverables, and delivery dates. All these will be managed, and electronically invites bids from suppliers. So this is a cost part where you are going to manage to get this project executed through vendors or contractor. This part we are managing in EPPM. So once your property is ready, now you can, if you want to sell some property, so this will be managed through SD module, sales and distribution, with reference to your unit which you have executed in project system. So there is one scenario of milestone billing here. So in generally in India we are having approach where these units being sold at the time of construction itself. So they are having that billing provisions based on the milestone executed. So there is a one standard process of milestone billing process which we can follow here. So this we are managing in SD. And apart from that, how you are identifying your this prospective and creation of master data, and then further identifying the leads, that part is coming in the CRM. The lease and space management, that is coming into REFX here. Okay, and all processing of rent, how exactly it is going to be posted into accounts, that is going to be executed through FICO and REFX integration. Then it is going for maintenance repair. So this part we are managing here in the plant maintenance. So this is a typical cycle, real estate life cycle management overview here. Any question here? So as
Ram,
part, yeah.
yeah, you said about the Indian scenario, but I'm working for a German project actually. So how is it different when it compares to Indian?
So you will be only in REFX here in this area. This is the area. Okay, they understand that this is the only module which is being used for lease in and lease out. We are not going to use this REFX for construction. Okay, Germany All real estate company only they are in lease in and lease out scenario. They don't have construction.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's very simple. It's a simple only REFX you need to focus. Along with that, maintenance integration. Okay, PM integration.
Okay.
Uh, Hi.
Yeah,
So I have one more question that it, other than the real estate properties, the REFX is also used for equipment and asset leasing. Uh, is
yeah,
that correct understanding?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So here I
Are
am
we
taking.
going to focus on that? Are we going to
Yeah.
touch those topics?
There is a slight change here only that how we are managing the asset or equipments. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in some cases it comes for the equipment also, equipment lease in, equipment lease out, right?
Yep.
Many companies are having the cars or vehicles, okay, and these they are renting out these vehicles. So that also we can manage here in the REFX
Thank you.
integration with equipment in plant maintenance. Okay. So how we will start? We'll start from simple that typical understanding of a real estate master data. Okay, first we'll understand that, and then later we'll see how you can manage that equipments as a real estate objects to manage your contract. Okay, that we'll see. Okay, so this is a SAP Real Estate REFX supports full life cycle management of property leasing scenarios and process. So here just I have tried to show that what are the steps we are following in complete life cycle of real estate. So here property master setup. So once your property is ready, first of all, we need to prepare master data in REFX. Okay, so like whatever the buildings are there, what are the apartments are there, all these individual units has to be created as master data in REFX. Then it will go for the marketing. Okay, marketing here it will be managed in SRM, sorry, CRM. And in CRM you will manage your prospectives and then leads and then all the inquiries, and then you will manage to view or negotiate. Okay, once it is done, then offered contract will be created, and then once it is finalized with all the included conditions, then it will be converted to the contract, which is your legal abiding. Okay, and then it will go for the billing accounting. So every month your contract will be executed and rent will be charged. Okay, so that will be here FICO integration, and then further it will go for the termination. So if any reason it is going for terminate, then it can be terminate before also, or once your tenure is over, then it will be terminated automatically. Okay, otherwise we are having facility of renewal also. So here each phase or each step is having some transactions which I have included here. Okay, but typically like understanding is how I have explained here. Business process in SAP REFX. Okay, so just let me explain first. Okay, all these part what we have discussed here. Okay, then I'll take you through the real estate master data here. So I have seen that few people are from EPPM background, so they can easily correlate this concept because it's a part of EPPM. Okay, so whenever any proposal is coming, okay, so here this is a EPPM model. EPPM. EPPM is basically a package of modules here: enterprise, portfolio, and project management. This package is having typically four modules. First is a PS, project system, PPM, portfolio and project management, CPM, commercial project management, and EPC, enterprise project connector. Apart from that, if you are in the cloud solution, it will have innovation management also. Innovation management is having separate license. However, EPPM is coming as a default in S4 HANA since 1709. Okay, so that is default, okay, as per S4 HANA deliverables. So there is no additional license required for PPM and CPM. PS is part of core SAP since long time. Okay, I think it's from starting 97, 98. It's a part of the same core system. Okay, and now REFX is also part of core system only. There is no need to pay anything for the license to SAP. Okay, but apart from that, we are having some additional functions. For that, SAP is asking for additional license. Okay, apart from this, okay, so this is the EPPM, and then in EPPM we are having a process of proposal and then construction. Proposals typically we are managing here in EPPM, okay, and that is a PPM, portfolio and project management, and construction we are managing here in PS. Okay, so once construction is ready, your property is ready, now you need to create a master data, okay, in REFX. So this is the exactly step when you are going to enter into REFX, flexible real estate management. So once your property is ready, this part is over. Okay, this part is over. Now you are not going to do anything with that, but sometimes to just see the link, okay, you may require to just connect with that. Okay, so this is the scenario here, and meanwhile to manage your property you will require PM also, plant maintenance. Okay, this is a plant maintenance. So this REFX itself, this module doesn't require any additional license, as it is a part of your S/4HANA core deliverables, but some component activation need additional license. Okay, there is a one more component with REFX, okay, which is a IFRS 16. Okay, there is some accounting procedures which we need to follow as per the accounting societies. Okay, so in that case we need to follow those steps. Our here, when we are only having this REFX, okay, apart from that IFRS 16, we are calling it as a CRE. Okay, contract real estate management, okay, which is having everything excepting IFRS 16. So here, as part of this course, we'll cover CRE plus overview of IFRS 16. Okay, only overview of IFRS 16, because IFRS 16 itself is a big chapter. Okay, so here when we are coming to the REFX, so first of all, like when we are activating, first of all we are having some functions which we need to activate. Okay, being a REFX consultant, we supposed to know that. So I'll explain these functions in my next session. Here we are going to understand first what are the master data available here in REFX. Okay, so when we are preparing this master data, okay, so let us see this first. Okay, we are having different views. Okay, to just understand it, as first is a usage view, okay, another is a graphical view, you can say. Okay, that is some architectural view basically, but just to understand, it's a graphical representation, for typically for graphical representation. Here we are talking about usage view only. To do any accounting transaction, we need usage view of master data. Okay, so here when we are typically understanding any property, so how it looks, just try to correlate with that. Okay, so for example, if I'm talking a property called, let's say, Godrej Woods. Okay, so that this Godrej Woods, this is a society. Okay, so this complete society which is having proper demarcation that this is the Godrej Woods, it is having some wall which is exactly separating your all the area and units from other owners. Okay, so that coming under the site. In REFX we are calling it as a business entity, BE, business entity. And within that society, okay, within this society, whatever buildings we are having, okay, means whatever the towers we are having, so we are having different towers, 7 or 8 towers are there. So these individual towers will be considered as a building. Okay, let's say some commercial tower is also there, so that is also one more building. Okay, so wherever you are having building, it will be created as a building in the system. Okay, and apart from that, you will have some open space which is also marked. Okay, for example, you may have some parks, you may have some parking, common parking. All these things used to be considered as land. Okay, so when we are coming to the building site, we are having under the building, next object is a rental unit. Rental unit is basically your apartment which is going to be rented. Okay, so here directly after building we are having rental unit. We don't have anything to just depict or represent your floors, or let's say your sometimes it is wings also. Okay, wing A, B, C, and then further we are having building 1, 2, 3, then we are having floors, then we are having apartments. So it is standard, it is the same as it is given here. Okay, there is a no change in that, no in between or no after that. So means this is my site or business entity which is having further building. So always building will be under the business entity only, it cannot be above of business entity. And then building will have rental unit. Okay, so rental unit, where you can say this is an apartment which is having walls. Apart from that, there is one more thing is here, that is a pooled space. Okay, pooled space basically a area, okay, which you can rent out. Okay, and this pooled space will have again further rental space, like you can just extract a space to rent out from the pooled space. Typical example, let's say you can see in malls. Okay, malls, you will see in lobby many small shops are there in open space only, they are just keeping there is stuff in particular marked area. Okay, so this entire lobby is a pooled space. Okay, and that particular shop A, B, C, whatever number is there, or the area whatever is rented out, that is a rental space. So this is a fixed structure, and business entity always it is with reference to company code. Okay, so here as per the org structure, company code, that all this business entity, all master data usage will be created under the business, under the company code. Clear? Any question here?
Building and land is also a fixed asset, right?
Land is also fixed asset. Land itself is having a rental unit. Okay, that we will discuss what is the difference. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here just I tried to show that how it looks like in the system. Okay, how we are maintaining this data. Before jumping to this, let me just go with one more slide here. Just a second. This one. Okay, so let's say your master data is ready. Okay, your business entity is ready. Okay, and then buildings have been created, rental units, everything is ready. Okay, now how exactly the process starts? Okay, process starts from, let's say if anyone is looking for any properties. Okay, for example, this Godrej Woods has having, let's say 1500 units. Okay, it is having 2 bhk, 3 bhk, 4 bhk, 5 bhk, like this way, and it is having some certain asking amount. Okay, so asking amount, this is as per the units. So if any prospect is coming to you, okay, to your office, or based on your inquiry, based in their inquiry, you will maintain this data in system. Okay, so here we are having one object called BP, business partner, where you can maintain this information, your prospective information details here in BP itself, with reference to one prospective user role. Okay, so here once he's visiting to office, then this detail is being maintained here in the BP. So BP is a cross module object. Okay, the same BP we are going to use in PPM, REFx, okay, CPM, CRM, everywhere the same BP is going to be used. So once he's coming, then we are maintaining all these details, and then CRM we are using, we are maintaining all this data, and then based on his requirement. Okay, so first of all, he will give his requirement, that what kind of apartment he's looking for. It is 2 bhk, 3 bhk, roadside, okay, or he need garden view, or he need, let's say, internal site. So based on that we are going to search that suitable unit for him. Okay, so what we'll do here, we need to create one object called real estate search. So there is a separate object, separate transactions where we are mentioning all the details of his requirement. And when we are pressing the button in system, that search engine is exploring and then it is finding out the suitable units from the system. Okay, once it is found, then it is giving a list of the units which is suitable for that, and then this prospective is visiting all the units and confirming one unit, and here we are creating contract offer. Okay, having all the conditions that this is the rent, and then top on that this is the maintenance amount you need to pay, this is the advance you need to pay. So all the conditions we are including, and then we are going to convert into lease out contract. Okay, and then it is going for the contract activation. So contract activation is the date from where exactly your contract will start, and then further process will be executed. So here in this example, okay, here what we are doing, I've taken a, okay, this is a real estate search. Okay, real estate search I have taken. Okay, this is exactly, we are maintaining all the details, and what is his preference we are including here in this slide, and system is giving us all the listed unit, and then we are selecting one unit to convert into contract offer. Okay, offered contract, and then once it is done, then we are transferring into the contract. Okay, so contract is look like this, and then we can activate this contract, uh, and then further it is going for contract execution. So every month there is a separate transaction which will be executed as part of period and closing transaction. Okay, and then it will create all the accounting entry in the system with reference to the contract and real estate object. Okay, and then posting will be done. So I have just included to just showcase that how it looks like. Okay, and then these are some typical business processes, or you can say the under the contents which we are going to cover. Okay, first is the master data setup. Okay, then how we are managing the real estate search, then contract management, lease in and lease out scenario, then how accounting is happening. So when we are executing any contract, what are the accounting entries being posted, then sales based rent. So as I explained, the sale based on sales, that rent will be calculated. And then service charge settlement, this is to manage your common area service charges. Okay, then condition adjustment. Okay, this is for escalation. So whenever you are looking for escalating a rent, in that case this will be used. IFRS 16 valuation and posting. So this will be overview included. Accrual and deferral, we will go for the accrual and deferral. So whatever the posting has been done, and then how we are going to manage and adjust. Then another process of option rate determination and input tax distribution. That is one more process. So here, apart from IFRS 16, we are going to cover almost everything. Only this room reservation also will not be explained, because this is going to be obsolete soon in 2025. So there is no use of unnecessary putting the efforts for this. Okay, so now let me go to this maintenance, repair, and service management to just give you an overview. Okay, so here REFX is integrated with plant maintenance also. Okay,
May I ask
so
you a question?
yeah.
So besides this real estate buildings and area and all, if I want to use this solution for fleet or vehicles leasing functionality, I mean requirement, can I use this REFX for that requirement?
So fleet means like you are having some vehicles which you want to lease out, right?
Yeah, it's a leasing. If I want to take any car, for example, for the leasing for a
Uh-huh.
couple of years, like 5 years.
Uh-huh.
So I want to create one contract and I want to do the depreciation every month and
So
interest.
in that case, this real estate, this usage we will not be used. Okay, there directly you need to use the equipments.
Okay.
Okay, so because this is a movable item, right? It's not a fixed item, and
Yeah.
you don't have any hierarchy like how you will consider this car as a rental object,
Yeah,
right?
I'll create one asset like for that car and also
So
I'll
assets,
tag
there
that
is,
asset. Yeah.
so I'll tell you how it happens. just so we need to understand 360 for this solution. Okay, three things comes in the picture. Okay, so here first is your equipment, or let's say asset, because you are just focusing on the asset. Okay, and then you are having equipment, and then third object is called material. So you start from purchasing. Okay, this is your material, right? So let's say if you want to purchase anything, either you can purchase it through asset object, this one, or you can purchase it through material, right?
No, I'll not purchase, just it's only leasing, right? So I'll take the car.
Leasing,
I mean, directly
car.
it's ready-made.
Yes.
From that
Sorry,
time also,
but
you know, my contract will get activated and I'll start
sorry,
using that car.
sorry, Konla. But yeah, let's start with the purchasing. I think it was giving a bit better picture.
Yeah. So
Uh,
this is the typical integration here through serialization. Okay, there is one process in and PM, plant maintenance serialization process, where we can keep this all object synchronized, asset, equipment, and material. Okay, so there is one serialization number will come here. Okay, and in that case you can use for purchase, you can use the material. Okay, once it is purchased, same time automatically one equipment will be created. Once you are receiving that material in your premises, automatically equipment will be created having the serial number. Okay, and then further you can convert asset also same time. Okay, then this equipment, if you want to lease out, okay, we are having a provision to lease out based on the REFx contract. So here contract you can create with reference to equipment or asset, for example. Okay, so I'm taking this example of equipment. Okay, the benefit here, you are managing all your accounting entries. Apart from that, you can do the maintenance also based on this equipment. So tomorrow, let's say this car is there and you are going to change four tires, let's say four tires. So these, let's say if I'm taking example of UAE, so these tire is having like a huge amount, it's not a small amount. Okay, so that amount you need to just put as you need to add into asset value. Okay, in that case, that with reference to this, whatever the maintenance has happened, whatever the cost is coming, okay, based on that maintenance order, that you can directly post it into asset with reference to this equipment. So maintenance cycle also you can manage along with your REFX cycle. This solution I have given to one of German client 2 years back, complete solution. And we have developed one app also. So in that case, let's say if anyone is looking for any leasing vehicle, okay, so in that case we were showing all the vehicles on the application. Okay, you just select that vehicle and automatically system was showing that rates, and you select it, and then further it was taking to the next to create a contract. So from application itself we initiated to create a REFX contract. Okay, and it was showing everything like every month what is the charges are there, maintenance charge, if any fine is there, that was also included there. So if any fine is coming on that vehicle, automatically one more item we were adding here in that contract, and it was showing here in the application. So until he's not paying, we were having option to just log also his vehicle. So many things we have done. 3 years back I have done this project.
Okay, one more question, please.
Yeah.
Sorry. If I get any incentives like, you know, first month free rent or the
that
building or
that also, that is also there. Okay, there is
need
one.
modifications and adding new conditions.
Yes, we are having option that first you can activate the contract accounting from that date from where you want to post the entries. Before that, you can consider it is the starting of the contract, but for that particular period, that accounting entry will not happen.
Okay. For the
That option.
valuation, if I want to value it for the both the accounting standards like, you know, local gap or US gap or IFRS 16.
It is there.
Okay, it is there, right? So parallel valuation. Okay,
Yes, it's parallel valuation.
thank you.
uh, Here I have one question.
Yeah.
In the contract, we can link equipment and asset both as a rental object, right?
Sorry.
In the contract of REFX, when we can link equipment and asset both as a rental object, right?
We can
Or is
create
it?
a contract with reference to equipment also without REFX object. Means like rental unit and
Yeah.
all.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's possible. And
Okay, but
here one,
not possible with asset, possible with equipment, right?
yeah, it is possible with the equipment. Only with equipment it is possible
Okay, got it.
without using other object like a rental object and all. And
Oh,
here we are having option of lease in or lease out of entire building also,
mhm.
or entire business entity also. So each object is having account assignment. Okay, these all object are account assignment object. Means we can post a cost. We can post the entries on all the object. So here accepting pooled space, all the objects are account assignment. Yeah.
Cost or revenue?
Cost account assignment means like you can post the cost and revenue. When I'm saying account assignment means it's a posting is happening, whether it is a
Okay.
cost or revenue. But in this case, always this used to be only cost, generally cost only.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's the right time to question this or not, but let's say I'm leasing out one property. I'll
Mhm.
be mostly booking revenue from it. I don't understand like why cost.
Why
If it is
cost?
like maintenance or something, then okay, then I understand.
Correct.
I'll
Let's
have
say
the
I'll explain. I'll explain. See, this is a building. Okay. Forget lease in, lease out, anything. Okay, building cost is let's say 20 crore. Okay. Now you need maintenance. Okay. You need to do some maintenance for this, right? Okay. And there is some let's say some paint is required. Okay, you need to do the paint, and for that there is some amount is going to be incurred. So you need to post the cost here, right? With reference to this building. So what you can do, you can create a contract, okay, or you can create let's say some maintenance order with reference to this building. Okay, so whatever cost is coming, maintenance order, what is cost is coming with reference to maintenance order. Okay, let's say it's a 100 100,000 USD, 100K USD. Okay, so this cost you are going to post here on this building, right? You need to post into this
yeah.
building. So that is a
Uh,
cost posting. Apart from that, another example, let's say if you are constructing one swimming pool within this building, you need to execute a project here. Okay, that also cost need to be posted here. If you want to,
okay.
let's say if you want to settle here, so you need to settle that complete amount here into building only.
Okay. So basically here the building is in asset, which is a cost receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just want to like make sure, like from REFX side, when contract is created, from that we are not expecting any cost, only the revenue, right?
Yes. When we are saying lease out, okay,
Lease out, yes,
when we are saying lease out, so this means we'll get a revenue, right?
yes,
Property is mine, right? I'm the landlord, so I'll get money.
yes,
It's a
yes.
revenue for
Okay,
me. But if I am the tenant, this means it's a cost I'm paying to customer. I'm paying
yes,
to the landlord, right?
yeah,
So the credit and debit entry will be accordingly.
got it, got it.
Okay. Huh. Any other question? Okay. So what I'm going to do here, course contains already I have sent. Okay, that is already there. If you want to see the more detail of the course content, you can visit our website. I'll just show you here this website. Okay, you need to go to myonedu.com. Okay, that is already given in that mail also. So just let me open it. It will take a little time. Okay, so this is our website. Okay, you can see all the course content here. You go to real estate box. You can see here flexible real estate management. Okay, accepting IFRS 16. Okay, this we are going to cover all this: facility management, flexible real estate management, enterprise portfolio project management. I will have two sessions to just cover this concept, because many times you may get some questions in your interview. Okay, so I have included here only just two sessions to understand the available solution in PPM and PS. Okay, then immediately we'll start REFX. Okay, And here IFRS 16, I'll just give you overview in 1 or 2 sessions to just have some more idea. Okay, and then further you can see as per this concept. All the sessions will be recorded. Okay, and these will be kept here in my system. Okay, and you can access these recording through my system. Okay, this application. So you just need to go here in the login. Okay, and once you are putting your email ID, okay, system will ask for email ID, and let's say my email ID is training at myonedu.com. So I'll get one OTP. Okay, and once I'm putting OTP, its system will take me here. Okay, so then I'll see my courses here, my course. So this is my course, this is my current batch PPM. So let's say PPM S4HANA. Okay, EPPM, where is EPPM? Not sure. This one. So you just need to click here and it will take you to here, then go to course content, and then you can see all the course contents here. The recorded sessions will be kept here in the system, so you can access these recordings through your mobile or through your laptop, also web applications. Certification in PPM, especially in PPM, then what? Okay, then you will get this system. This is a fully configured system. Okay, and it's S4HANA 2023 latest version. So all patches are there. Okay, and here okay, just a second please. Okay, so as of now, I am having only EPPM applications here. REFX, I need to ask to my basis team to add all these applications here. But let's say if you are executing any transaction, RE80 for example, you just need to click here, or I can add here also. Go to here, App Finder, SAP menu, RE80. System is genuine. This is not a pirated system. This is a licensed version. Okay. So here I can add here, so that's why it's a little costly also. Okay, and let me go here and then I'll see this RE navigator. Okay, so this is the transaction through which we are creating master data, we are creating contract, we are activating contract, we are doing the posting. So this is the enjoy transaction in REFX. So we'll see all these details in next session. Stopping the recording.